What's up, everyone? It's your girl Anita flying high, and you're tuned in to another one. Now, you want to know the untold story about Maria Sanchez. She literally was given 1.5 milli from Houston Dash, left it, went to San Diego Wave, still with the contract in hand, and still decided to leave back to Mexico. Now, the real reason is because Maria Sanchez wasn't allowed to play Maria Sanchez's game. Prolific on the wing, ability to create. And the teams that she ended up going to, Houston Dash and San Diego Wave, didn't have the right environment to be able to bring out the quality and magic that we got to see at Tigres Femenil. And this is how I was first introduced to her. Like I said, Maria is a dual citizen. And so sometimes when it comes to the dual nationals, it is a hard choice where to play professionally. And Maria had her rise, in Mexico and Tigres because the players around her and herself were able to play the beautiful game, authentic football, right? Because Mexico hosts some of the most sacred football stadiums that we have in current today's time as of 2025. And going over to the heavily Super League surveillance NWSL League, and then especially to an expansion club, aka Houston Dash, that never had stability in the first place, and then to leave that club and go to a club where they had a toxic Jill Ellis. I mean, these teams back to back in the NWSL were not good soil for Maria to plant her I guess her seeds in, you know what I'm saying? So it is only right that she's returning back to Mexico in this short brief time that she's been back in NWSL. And like we've been saying, Mexico is becoming the new sanctuary, stronghold for the beautiful game of women's football because one, they're less under surveillance when it comes to the elite eyes, meaning big corporations that want to exploit the beautiful game and want to weaponize the narratives of the players. And so Mexico, like I said, not choosing to bend the knee when it comes to exploiting their beautiful game. They continue to use the women's game as a resilience to help awaken the divine feminine. And like I said, it's another reason why Mexico voted for a woman president. It doesn't change a lot. It doesn't like just make Mexico be, politically correct, but they are already on the wavelength of this. So this is just a reminder on the football field, off the football field. Maria Sanchez turning down a $1.5 million contract to come back to Mexico. Is Tigres going to be able to match that? Who knows? Probably not. And even if they didn't, Maria still wants back in. We also see that Diana Ordonez has already went to Tigres Femenil, another dual citizen when it comes to Mexico. And a lot of other players are making the jump to Mexico because they can play authentic football. And this is also fueled by all the fans. We also have been tapping into Mexico has one of the biggest, I guess, cultural fan energetic amplifiers in a lot of these leagues. A lot of these leagues use their marketable images to create fandom. And this is not sustainable because the football is not there. But when you have the fan and you have the football essence, I mean, it's pretty much unstoppable. And this is what we're seeing in Mexico. The numbers are going to continue to rise because more players like Maria Sanchez are coming back to help the game continue to usher in a new timeline as the game continues to globalize. And I'm very grateful that we have been tapped into Mexico before we saw the reemergence, or not the reemergence, before Mexico really was started to take off. And like I said, Maria Sanchez leaving 1.5 million on the table is a signal that players are choosing essence-based football teams more than image-based football teams. The money did not do enough for Maria to stick around. And like I said, the teams that she went to were not stable and toxic. So I mean, come on now, would you stay in an environment where you're getting these certain when you would you stay in this environment if you're getting these type of situations being put in front of you, the 1.5 milli does not, it will not replace a toxic environment. You know what I'm saying? You can't not leave that environment. So this is what the media and the narratives, they won't tell you that, you know, NWSL was too toxic for Maria, and even the money couldn't stay her, could even the money couldn't keep her to stay. And Mexico, once again, was always going to be able to call Maria back home because it's where she belongs. You know what I'm saying? So, welcome Maria Sanchez back to Tigres Femenil. I can't wait till the season starts. We have some heavy hitters back. And we have some more new additions. And shout out to, I just seen Dillery and Natalia Colin get called up for the U23. So, hey, shout out to the Mexico ladies and shout out to Tigres Femenil. And it's your girl Anita flying high. And I'm going to see you on the next one. Deuces.